Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is Monday, the 5th of August. The moon is in Leo. It does shift into Virgo at 5:17 p.m. this evening on the east coast of the U.S. And Mercury stationed retrograde about 24 minutes, I think it was, after midnight. So for some people it stationed retrograde at the end of yesterday. So we wake up with a Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Virgo is a sign that Mercury rules, so it's powerful in Virgo even when it's retrograde. Retrogradation means that it's going over an area of the chart that it has previously gone over. And this retrograde is going to be partly in Virgo. It's in Virgo until, I believe, the 14th or the 15th. And stations then retrogrades back into Leo and doesn't go direct until the 28th. That means this Mercury retrograde is pretty much for the entire month of August. As I said, Mercury retrograde is a time to reevaluate. The other thing that happens when Mercury is retrograde is information from the past that has been hidden becomes available, or we come to hear about it, in some cases for the first time. The other day, when Mercury was slowing down to nothing, I heard a story about $10 million in duffel bags from Egypt. Before Trump got inaugurated, he complained out loud in one of his things that he had to write a $10 million check, and the next thing you know is the dictator of Egypt gathered all his American hundreds, put him in duffel bags, and I guess $10 million made its way into the ex-president's pocket. Now, we knew that stuff was going on, but I don't know if anybody knew that was going on. But that's an example. And if you're like, why didn't I hear about it? Well, they knew about it, but what's his name? Mueller had a beat on it, but then once Barr got in, everything disappeared. So that's what happened to that. And something about the the statute of limitations is beyond that, so he can't be held accountable or something. But hey, there's plenty of stuff that he will be. But this is what I mean about this hidden information coming out, and so we may hear more and more of that. We also today have Venus making an inconjunct to Pluto. Inconjuncts require adjustments. Venus and Pluto have a fraught relationship. Venus, the planet of love, and Pluto, the planet of control and power. Jealous lovers, and if you leave me, I'll die, and all that other stuff is usually some sort of Pluto-Venus thing. I mean, not always, but that's an example of how it can manifest itself. Inconjuncts require adjustments, and the adjustment required is a mental one. Venus also deals with how we value things, right? Venus is money. Venus is love and money. And so We will be having to change a few things around those issues, I think. It will become evident what needs to shift and change. And while it's never quite comfortable, it's usually indicative of the need for change, and then the outcome of that being a positive one. So not to fret, folk. But we do have a Mercury retrograde, so the same things with Mercury retrograde hold sway. You want to check and double check. If you have appointments, this is a time to, maybe reach out and say, or remind people of appointments. Schedules get messed up. Give yourself the extra time you need to be able to get to places and the like, and avoid frustration, just knowing that there could be a problem. You can't have any schedule too tight when Mercury's retrograde. It really is a go with the flow kind of energy. And the other interesting thing about Mercury retrograde, and then I'll let you guys experience your your day, is that when Mercury is in a sign and it's retrograde, it's actually pointing into the opposite sign. It's like it's not facing out, it's facing in, and so it's facing the opposite sign in a way. And the opposite sign, of course, of Virgo is Pisces, which says there's a certain amount of going with the flow that is necessary. Virgo can be a very critical energy, and so we're looking back at things perhaps we might have been a little bit too critical on, and being a little bit more soft and understanding. Pisces is about understanding. And then when it moves back into Leo, which is about creativity and ego and those kind of things, we're actually looking in the direction of Aquarius. And so while this may seem like, oh God, a Mercury, after all this, now we have Mercury retrograde for the whole month, and then we have the DNC, and Mercury's going to be retrograde, and there's so many things happening. It's okay. Things are happening. And we're going to have to be introspective about it without getting too, without making too many assumptions about what's happening, because it is happening in a Mercury retrograde, and the things are deeper. You have to go deeper for this stuff. So we are resilient folk, not to worry. It's going to be a good month. It's going to be lots and lots and lots of illuminations. Keep your eyes open, keep your heart open. People are, having trouble. I mean, you've poor folk in Great Britain. We send our love and send our light in your direction. And then, of course, in everywhere else where there's problems and stuff, we're not each other's enemies. We're not each other's enemies. Okay, we do much better if we just work together. All right? All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day. And take care. We'll see. These are the flowers that you can see from space. Yes, they are. Unbelievable. And in Barbie pink, no less. All right, guys, much love. Namaste.